loaded and you're in my house. You wanna stay, you're gonna have to pay. Try to hide, but there's no way out. You're going down, you're going down. Someone said you're feeling brave tonight. Do you really wanna cross the line right now? Go ahead and try to take what's mine. Let it roll, I'm unstoppable. Let it roll, I'm unstoppable. Let it roll, I'm unstoppable. Let it roll.
Welcome to the Sprite Cup Series Season 5. We're live at Talladega Superspeedway for the Yellawood 500. There are 5 races left in Season 5, this one included. And the championship battle is as tight as ever. This track is a wild card in the championship because anything can happen here. So the championship drivers are wanting to make sure that they don't get in any trouble in this race, as any trouble they get into will be costly for them in the championship. Let's take a look at your drivers to watch for. Denny Hamlin starts on pole for today's race. He currently sits 4th in the championship standings. He hopes to close the gap between him and the championship leader by winning here at Talladega. Noah Gregson starts on the outside pole. Great qualifying effort for him and the Legacy Motor Club boys. He will not be returning to that team next year, so he wants to go out with a bang. Eric Almirola, former winner here at Talladega back in Season 2, he knows how to get it done on the super speedways. Watch out for him. Kyle Larson is the points leader coming into today. He hopes to extend it. Last week's winner, Kevin Harvick, currently sits 3rd in the standings, 10 points behind leader Kyle Larson. He hopes to not only close that gap, but take the points lead for himself. Bubba Wallace, another former winner here at Talladega, back in Season 1. He's an excellent superspeedway racer. Do not count him out. Kyle Busch starts dead last today. He currently sits 2nd in the standings, tied with Kevin Harvick, also 10 points behind Kyle Larson. He's a former winner here at Talladega in the NASCAR Cup Series. Can he get it done here in the Sprite Cup Series? Now let's go trackside for the command.
Drivers!
Cars fired up and roll off for 12 laps around this 2.66 mile super speedway. Now let's look at your starting lineup. On the pole is Denny Hamlin, and to his outside is Noah Gregson. Behind them, it's Ty Gibbs and Chase Elliott. Then we have Chase Briscoe and Christopher Bell. Behind them, it's Alex Bowman and Eric Almirola. And we have Brad Keselowski and Daniel Suarez. And it's Eric Jones and Ryan Preece. Behind them, championship leader Kyle Larson and Ryan Blaney. And we have Ross Chastain and Austin Dillon. Behind them, it's Chris Buescher and Kevin Harvick, last week's winner. And we have Joey Logano and Harrison Burton. Behind them, Martin Truex Jr. and William Byron. And we have Austin Cindric and Bubba Wallace. And running out the field, it is Kyle Busch. We're ready to go racing here at Talladega. Here they come, pace car pulls off, around the tri-oval they go, green flag is in the air. Into turn 3 they go. Oh, and around they go already! Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano, and Austin Dillon gets tagged. Caution is out on lap 1 here at Talladega. Before Kevin Harvick was involved. Last week's winner was third in the standings coming into today. And it looks like he will not be closing the points gap between him and Kyle Larson. Austin Cindric was involved. Big nose damage to that car. So too Joey Logano. 2 of the 3 Penske boys were involved in this wreck. Let's take a look at what happened. Back in the pack. Oh. Looks like Harvick tried to move down to the middle lane, but wasn't clear. Gets hit in the driver's side by Logano, and poor Austin Cindric, innocent bystander, gets collected. Let's take a look at it again. Yeah, wasn't clear. Harvick caught air a little bit when he got hit in the side by Joey Logano. They spin down the track. Cindric gets tagged, and then Harvick hits him in the nose. That's how Cindric got that nose damage. Tough break for all of them. They'll be out of the race. We're ready to restart on lap 3 out of 12 here at Talladega. Denny Hamlin will be your leader for this next restart. Green flag is back at. Hamlin and Gibbs move up to the high side. And here comes their teammate Christopher Bell. Now they move down to the inside lane. Joe Gibbs 1, 2, 3 here at Talladega. But here comes the Hendrick boys, Kyle Larson and William Byron. Oh, and smoke coming out of the back of Kyle Larson, and they wrecked! All 4 of the Hendrick drivers having trouble. Caution is out. The 9 of Chase Elliott spun down the track and caught a bit of air, I think. 48 of Alex Bowman hard up into the outside wall. So too William Byron. What happened? Smoke started coming from the back of Kyle Larson's car, and I guess Byron tried to move out of the way. Came down on the nose of Noah Gragson and tagged the 48 of Bowman. They both go hard up into the outside wall, and Chase Elliott also gets some contact, spins down to the inside, and actually caught some air. Here it is again. Yeah, Byron tried to move down, collects all his teammates. Chase Elliott's lucky that the roof flaps were there to keep that car on the ground. So glad he didn't go over. Tough break for all of them. They'll be out of the race. Chase Elliott, even though all he did was spin, he caught some air, and I guess it must have done some major damage to the suspension, the landing, I mean. When he came back down on all fours, must have done some significant damage to the suspension, which is why he won't be continuing. We're ready to restart on lap 7 out of 12 here at Talladega. 6 laps to go. Green flag is back at. All 3 Gibbs cars link up, and here comes their 4th teammate, Martin Triggs Jr. So now it's a Joe Gibbs 1, 2, 3, 4 at Talladega. Hamlin parading around the field around Talladega as Bell and Gibbs try to peek out there. They try to make a move, but they decide to stay in line with their teammates. The field flies by down the backstretch. Hamlin continues to lead the field around Talladega. But up the middle, here comes Austin Dillon with a push from his teammate Kyle Busch. And Gragson goes with them. Here they come into the tri-oval. Oh, and they're going to wreck behind! Cars crashing and spinning in the tri-oval. Caution is out with 2 laps to go here at Talladega. The 17 of Chris Buescher up against the outside wall. Big damage to that car. Eric Almirola was involved. Heavy nose damage for him. What happened? Buescher moved down to the middle lane, and I guess Bubba either tried to block or go with him, but Buescher's fender was there. And Bubba turns himself in front of the field. Let's take a look at it again. Yeah. Bubba collects Suarez as he was spinning down to the inside and tags Almirola, who hits the outside wall hard. And as Almirola was coming down the racetrack, he gets clobbered by Chris Buescher. Tough breaks for Almirola and Buescher. They'll be out of the race. There's Daniel Suarez and Bubba Wallace on pit road. They didn't suffer too much damage to their cars, so they'll be able to continue. However, they'll restart in the back. We're ready to restart in overtime. Remember, it's a 2-lap shootout. If the leader makes it to the white flag under green, then the next flag ends the race, either the caution or the checker. If a caution comes out before the leader can make it to the white flag, then we'll line them up and do it again. We can do this all day if we have to. Unlimited attempts at a restart. Denny Hamlin will be your leader for this next restart. Green flag is back out. 2 laps of racing to go. And it looks like the Joe Gibbs guys are going to try to break out early. And his teammates go down to the inside. Hamlin loses the lead. Now Austin Dillon and Kyle Busch will take the lead. White flag here at Talladega. Down the back stretch for the final time. And around they go. Big wreck on the back stretch. Multiple hard hits. Meanwhile, here they come. Austin Dillon takes the checkered flag and wins at Talladega. While the big one happens behind them. Multiple cars involved in the wreck on the backstretch. Ryan Preece took a wild ride. So did Christopher Bell. Both of them got significant air. Brad Keselowski, big damage to that car. Ross Chastain was involved. So was Martin Truex Jr. Daniel Suarez. A lot of good cars. Ryan Blaney. And Harrison Burton. Absolute carnage on the backstretch. Gibbs went high to try to make a move, and I guess Bell tried to go with him, and then Gibbs went to back down to the inside, and Bell tried to block, and turned himself across the nose of Ty Gibbs, went back up the track, hit the outside wall, and it was on from there. Here it is again. Yep, turned himself. Got hit on the right side by Brad Keselowski. That sent his car airborne. And everyone else has to take evasive action. Look at that 41. almost upside down. Wild ride for Ryan Preece. That's Talladega for you. Big accidents are the motif here at Talladega. Wild ride for Ryan Blaney as well, up on top of the 21 and the 99. Unwanted passengers for both of them. A lot of good cars involved in the big one at Talladega. Ultimately collects 8 cars. Meanwhile, the benefactor on all of this was Austin Dillon, who earns his first ever victory in the Sprite Cup Series. It took him nearly 5 seasons to do it, but he is finally a Sprite Cup Series winner. He survives the mayhem at Talladega and takes the checkered flag. He'll burn it down here at Talladega. Congratulations to Austin Dillon for winning the Yellawood 500 at Talladega. Here are your final results. Austin Dillon gets the win here at Talladega. His teammate Kyle Busch comes in a close second. Great double top 5 for the RCR camp. Denny Hamlin comes home third after starting on the pole. Ty Gibbs with a great 4th place finish. Noah Gragson with great top 5. Eric Jones, Chase Briscoe, Bubba Wallace, Ryan Preece, Brad Keselowski ran out the top 10. Only 8 cars finished the race. Everyone else DNF'd. As Preece, Keselowski, Blaney, Bell, Burton, Suarez, Chastain, and Truex were all involved in that last lap big one. Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, and William Byron and Kyle Larson, the 4 Hendrick boys, were involved in that lap 5 incident where Kyle Larson blew an engine and caused mayhem behind him. So weird that the 4 Hendrick drivers were the only ones that were affected by that caution. Really strange. Tough breaks for Larson and Kevin Harvick, as Larson was looking to extend his points lead. And looks like he's lost it today. And Kevin Harvick will also take a big hit in the points. He will not close the gap between him and the leader. And here are your point standings after today. Kyle Busch reassumes the points lead. 10 points separate him from Kyle Larson, just like how they were coming into this race. But the roles are reversed. Now Kyle Busch is the leader, and Kyle Larson is the driver in second. Kevin Harvick takes a big blow in points. He's now 21 behind the leader. Denny Hamlin, 27 points behind the leader. Not ideal, but gives him something to work with. Alex Bowman, 67 points behind Kyle Busch. 40 points separate him from Denny Hamlin, as that cements the top 4 in points as the odds-on favorites to win the championship. Everyone else behind is not in the running for the championship. Mathematically, they are, but theoretically, not. Harrison Burton reassumes his throne at the bottom of the point standings. Next week, we head to Nashville Superspeedway for the Ally 400, a Saturday night race, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. I hope you enjoyed this race. This is Brandon Gomez in the booth, signing off.